I was speaking to my mum about this just before I came and met you. When I initially was speaking to her about joining Farnham, she was against it.
Oh, really?
She didn't want me to drop 2 levels. I'd probably come off the back of a season at Bracknell where I think I'd scored 20 goals in the year, lost in the playoff final, and I was really hoping that I'd be looking up rather than looking down. Didn't feel like I was joining a Step 5 club. I was joining a club in Step 5, but not a Step 5 club. And in my head, it was always 2 years and sort of get the club back to Step 3.
Hello and welcome to the Game Day podcast. Today we're joined by Darryl Sanders and he answers why he joined Farnham in the first place, what it's like playing for Paul Johnson, him and Joe Jackson's playing relationship, his youth at Chelsea Academy, his last few seasons and injury worries, and going back to back as champions. Let's listen what Daz has to say.
Oh, the aircon's going, lovely.
Yeah, I thought I'd cool it down.
Yeah, too right. What a day.
What a day, yeah.
Jesus.
We'll have to turn it down a little.
Yeah,
If you get warm, we can take a little pause.
Right, don't worry about it.
Yeah, welcome to the... I'm actually quite surprised that we've not done this sooner.
Yeah.
But what a time to do it.
I'm the last person from the Putney Fun Bus that you asked. To be honest with you. Mark's done it, Joe's done it.
Yeah,
So,
that's very true.
We've got the last caller. But yeah, no, I'll take it. Thank you very much for having me, mate.
Yeah. Well, I guess I've started them pretty much all off the same with, how did you get into football?
Yeah?
Yeah. What's your story behind?
Probably quite standard, to be honest with you. My dad played football when he was young, and then as soon as I was born, there was a ball in front of me, and I was getting taught to play. Played loads of different sports, but football was the one that really resonated with me and the one that I wanted to play. And then from there, just joined a local club, Old Isle Worthians, at age, I want to say 5 maybe. I was there for 3-4 years, and then one of my dad's old managers was then at Chelsea, and he came to watch me, and then I joined Chelsea at age 9. And then the rest is history, I suppose. But yeah, just how I got into football was purely through my dad. He not made me because I loved it, but he was the one that put it in front of me, and got me playing.
Nice. So what was the Chelsea thing? It was
I joined
Chelsea kids kind of.
No, Chelsea Academy.
Oh,
No,
he was an
academy coach.
Nice.
He was the under-9s coach, so he came to watch me and then brought me down. Yeah, joined them age 9.
How long were you there for?
5 years. So I was there till I was 14. Travelled around the country doing it. Liverpool, Cardiff, Bournemouth, all of the academies.
Always playing in midfield.
More
controlling the game.
You know what? More of a right winger to begin with. I actually used to be really quick.
Where has that gone?
Yeah, it's gone, and long gone as well. Don't worry about that. I used to be pretty quick, so used to be a right winger. And normally when you get older and slower, you move further back, but I just move more central. So yeah, it used to be a right winger, but yeah, I was there for 5 years. I loved it. Taught me a lot about, obviously, football, but also about the standards and the professional nature of the academy helped, but also something that by the end of it, especially when you're that young, you play football for the enjoyment of football, and the professional nature at that age was also something I didn't really enjoy.
Yeah.
So I left Chelsea. Was released when I was 14, being too small. I left them, and then they do this thing where when you leave, they can let all the other academies know that obviously I've been released from Chelsea, and then they can bring me back on trial. But I didn't bother with that. At that point, I wanted to just go and play and have fun playing football. And conveniently enough, I was at secondary school at that time with Joe, and he was playing for a team called Spartans, so I went down there and played with him, and have played with him every year apart from one since the age of 14, which is a mad thought.
That's a green chemistry link on
that. That is 10-10 for both of us there. And I hope you can see it on the pitch, right?
Yeah,
14 years of football together. You think we could we would know how each other play. So
Yeah, you do see that quite a bit though. Like you two on the pitch, especially when now he's been playing more left back this season as well.
Yeah.
You know, running up, you know exactly where to.
Absolutely. I mean, trust me, if you played centre mid, you'd see it as well.
Yeah.
I don't know. It works. Yeah. He notices small movements that I do to make space one way, and I've seen him make a reverse pass thousands of times. So I know exactly when he's trying to do it, and the oppositions don't. But wherever it is on the pitch, even when we're in our own corner flag, we'll be knocking into each other and having fun. So yeah, it works well, and long may it continue.
So non-league wise, so you're at school kind of football.
Yeah.
When did you kind of decide to get into non-league?
To be honest with you, when I was young, I was pretty lazy in terms of like finding clubs and all of that. So I just went to Spartans because Joe was there, and then at age 16, Spartans was only like a youth setup. They didn't have a men's team, so I don't even think they had an under-18s team. To be honest, I think they went up to the age 16. So I sort of just waited for Joe to look around, and he found Bedfont. He went there to their under-16s, and then I was like, yeah, all right, I'll give that a go, and then joined him down there, and that's how we then, at the age of 16, started playing for Bedfont's first team, who I think were, I want to say step 5 at the time. So yeah, we were 16 playing non-league football, playing for under-18s, and again was there. I mean, I was there for 9 years, 10 years.
All right.
10 years, yeah. At Bedfont for 10 years then, yeah. I mean, obviously you had a few seasons of COVID and stuff like that. We both went to uni in between, so for 1 year I travelled down and played, but for the other 2 I didn't.
Was Jono at Bedfont when you first joined?
He was playing.
He was playing there?
He was playing. No, so he wasn't there when I first joined.
Okay.
And then he joined maybe 2-3 years after I was there, and he was playing.
So you've played with Jono?
I played with Jono, yeah. I mean, look,
Was he a good player?
Yeah, he was very good, yeah. He was annoyingly good. You wouldn't expect him to do the things he'd done, but then he would do them consistently and be very good. So yeah, quality-wise, one of the best players I played with. Obviously, it was getting to the end of his career, so it was a bit more definitely laid back. But in terms of like controlling the game and controlling the tempo of the game, he was very good.
Where did he play, like position-wise?
Centre mid for Bedfont, I think I seen his podcast on this, and he said
he taught you all you know.
Absolutely, no, not at all. But no, I think I seen his podcast and he said he was a left back.
Yeah, he was a left back in his early...
Which I never knew, to be honest with you. I only knew him as a centre mid. So he played centre mid. Yeah, it was generally. By the time me and Joe were like 19, 20, it was me, Joe, and Jono who were playing midfield. So we got a lot of we got a lot of experience on the pitch with him.
Would you say you have like more respect for him after, like, you know, you've obviously seen him play and you've worked with other managers?
Yeah.
You kind of have that respect for him as like a player and a manager as well?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, it helped because he was a player first, I think before he was a manager at Bedfont. And then he became player manager, and obviously, like when someone's a player manager, there's always a little bit of a different dynamic. Like, people struggle to have a go at them on the pitch because they're the manager at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But because he was a player with us for a few years before, it didn't really matter too much. And it's definitely, in terms of my relationship with Jono, it's definitely a different type of relationship compared to other managers I've played under, and it definitely stems from being a player with him first. But that's not to say that it's any different to what he has with other players. I think he's just generally that sort of manager that puts an arm around you and is a bit more, I suppose, like player focused rather than it's a job and it's a profession and they just want to get the best for everyone.
Yeah.
He's a lot better at putting an arm around you and keeping you optimal in your I suppose in your mental ability. He doesn't really take too much time to run through specific moves with me or anything like that. But he's always one to have a chat and check in every time. So yeah, he's definitely different in that respect. But I played under him for again 8-9 years, so it's obviously something that I enjoy and I think gets the best out of me as well.
And Jim came in a few years after.
Yeah, I think so. So long ago now. I'm really sounding old here, but so long ago now that I don't know. Jim sort of just gradually came in. I think he started off doing a little bit and then got interested more and more, and then came in to be assistant manager with John O. I mean, they complement each other so well. You've seen them on the sideline. That I've never seen two managers laugh as much as them two do on the sideline together, and with everybody, all the squad. They're very good at being serious when they need to be, and very good at having a laugh and a joke when they need to be and when they can as well.
And they've been doing a lot of laughing over the past 2 years.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I think we all have, to be fair.
Yeah.
It's been 2 years of fun, to be honest with you. So,
good decision to join Farnham then.
yeah, it's funny actually. I was speaking to my mum about this just before I came and met you, and obviously now promoted, going back up to step 3. But when I initially was speaking to her about joining Farnham, she was against it.
Oh, really?
She didn't want me to drop 2 levels, which I do get, and I completely understood her point of view. I think I'd probably come off the back of a season at Bracknell where I think I'd scored 20 goals in the year, lost in the playoff final, and I was really hoping that I'd be looking up rather than looking down. But there was something about the specific project and the club as in terms of what they're doing and the personnel they have there. And I spoke to Harry at length before I joined, and he gave me a lot of insight to what they're doing and on and off the pitch, but mainly off the pitch, to be honest with you, in terms of, for instance, this is the first club that have tracked running stats. I'm sure Harry doesn't get it out all the time, but he's got an Excel spreadsheet of every single fact or figure or statistic that you want. So it was different. I didn't feel like I was joining a step 5 club. I was joining a club in step 5, but not a step 5 club. And in my head, it was always 2 years and sort of get the club back to step 3. And on the way down here, my mum said, "Yeah, fair enough, you were right. I was the right choice," and
Nice.
she was wrong. So not often she is wrong. So I'll take that one.
And I guess it kind of, obviously, for those that don't know, you were at Bracknell beforehand.
Yeah.
With Jack Dean and Guy Hollis.
Yes. Yeah.
Did it help them to coming along as well?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. As well, we had Flatty, Jams, and a lot of ex-Bedford players. But yeah, me and Guy and Jack spoke a fair bit over summer. It was actually Guy pushing me more than anyone else to sign. I'd only actually played with Guy for maybe 3-4 months at Bracknell because he came pretty late. He was pushing me to sign and I was pushing him to sign, and then Jack Dean was a bit of a later one. It was rumoured, so I spoke to him as well, and then he was like, yeah, let's do it. So I think my mind was pretty much made up before I spoke to Jack, but knowing he was coming down as well, I mean what a player. Yeah. Like having him down there is always going to be good. So
put you at ease a bit, I guess.
Say that again?
I guess it put you at ease a bit.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, look, at the end of the day, I could have joined and we could have signed 2 or 3 players, and I thought we would have enough to win step 5.
Yeah.
But I didn't join the club just to win step 5. Obviously, there was a few more things. Winning the Vars would have been lovely. We should potentially done better there. But I didn't win the club. I didn't join the club to win step 5. I joined the club to go back to back. And thankfully we've done it. But the signings of like Jack Dean and Guy and after that we signed. I think Lid signed and stuff like that. So it was all players that were not there to win step 5. Were there to go back to back. So
yeah.
and I mean, two of our most influential players, Cooks and Ryan. I'd never even heard of them. Cooks played in the same league, but I don't think he ever played against Bracknell when I played. And Ryan I'd never heard of, to be honest with you. So yeah, those were two more players that I didn't have much thought process on, but obviously knowing them now, they were two of our biggest signings. So yeah, some good scout networks out there from Harry Hugo.
I guess we can touch on like the first season a little bit more. Obviously going Invincible, and you kind of mentioned the Vars in there as well.
Yeah.
Was that? I mean, I guess the Vars was the biggest disappointment.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Is that something that you honestly 100% thought that we'd win and go on to?
No, I didn't. I definitely didn't think 100% we'd win it. It was a big pull of joining the club to try and get to Wembley. I think in a cup competition you can never go into it thinking 100% we're going to win it. I thought we had enough. I thought we'd have a good enough team. We would probably need a bit of luck along the way, which we didn't get. But yeah, definitely that is the biggest disappointment of that year. So yeah, I mean, we came into the league season thinking, like, if we don't win the league, it's a joke and it's a scandal. A lot of us have played awfully for a year to not win the league.
Yeah.
To go unbeaten is different, because it's not about who's the best team. It's about who can turn up week in, week out. And a lot of good teams don't do that. But I think that's why we're better than a good team.
How did you keep each other motivated to kind of do that?
Annoyingly, I was injured, so I'm actually. I don't know if people agree with me. Some people will, some people won't. But I'm actually a big believer in when players are injured, they shouldn't be in and around the dressing room too much. Mainly because you turn up and then there's a lot of just like negative chats about injury and feeling shit, etc. before a game, and players' heads would just be off it a little bit. So it wasn't me keeping anyone motivated, to be honest with you. The boys done that themselves. I don't know. You'd have to ask Jono that, or even the boys, but they've done a very good job of it. And I think it helps when you go into every game thinking you'll win. We had momentum. We were better than every team in the league by a long way. So I think turning up knowing you're going to win, or at least believing it, is a big driver in ensuring you go unbeaten. But plus, I think as a squad, winning Step 5 wouldn't have been enough for us. There wasn't that much celebrations to us winning Step 5. Doing it unbeaten, on the other hand, was big.
Yeah.
That was the difference. So yeah.
Was it tough, kind of, there was the announcement, we've won Step 5, and then a lot of people were saying congratulations, and then there was a lot more people saying, yeah, you should have done that anyway.
No, I love that. It's like, Twitter is a hilarious place. It is so good, especially when we do something like win the league. Watching people's replies and the so-called black hole of money we have down at Farnham. It's hilarious. Look, we should win Step 5. We should have been up there this year for Step 4 in terms of budget and listen, I don't know as much as some people do. I know for a fact that Harry Hugo is very, very well clued up about that sort of stuff, and it's probably pretty close between a few teams in our league. But look, we're not 21 points clear, winning the league in March. We're not that far ahead in terms of budget of a few other teams, but I think it would have been a disappointment not to win the league this year because of the team we have and the momentum we have as well.
Yeah.
Winning breeds winning, so it's important to keep a similar team and add a few, but winning will continue to breed winning, and momentum's a big thing, and that's why we hit the ground running at the start of this season and why we've done so well.
And I guess just before we go on to this season, you kind of touched on being injured.
Yeah.
At the end of last season.
Yeah.
I guess it was kind of the middle to the end of last season. But
Yeah, February time. Yeah.
So coming into this season, you were fit.
Yeah.
You were fresh.
Yeah.
You had a couple more injuries, I guess.
Yeah.
What was that kind of like?
Yes, I obviously end of last year I injured my MCL. Didn't rush back. League was won. We had the Surrey Cup to play for, but it wasn't high on the agenda. So there was no rushing back. I spent a lot of time rehabbing that injury, and it felt really good coming into this year. And I felt really good, and started well. I think it was 5-6 games at the start of the season. We'd won every single one. I scored, assisted, etc., and was feeling really good. And then, just before Westwood on a Tuesday night, literally just went to shoot and pulled something in my hip. And I've pulled my thigh before, and it wasn't quite the same. But I pulled my thigh when I was really young. And then it was an injury that I couldn't quite understand what had gone wrong, because it was right in between my hip and my thigh. So I was thinking it was the connective tissue or whatever that is between them. But every time it felt like it was getting a lot better, everything was fine. It then took me to kicking a ball to realise that it wasn't. And it was a really niggly one. I was hoping it would be like 4 or 5 weeks, and it ended up being maybe 12 weeks before I could properly play again. And then even then, maybe for another month after, I wasn't able to really kick a ball. That was frustrating, because I felt really good, and I mean, for the 2 years at Farnham I've been injured a lot, but before then I've not been injury prone at all. I tore my ACL when I was at uni, and then apart from that I've not really had any big injuries. So it's just annoying that the last couple of years there's been one big injury to each year. But now, feel absolutely fine again. There's no issues, and feel strong. So long may it continue. But at this rate, who knows? It's becoming a running joke that I'm always injured. So I really need to put that behind me.
How important has Givo and Nath been for those injuries? I guess the MCL is a little bit different because there's not too much they can do about it, but at least bringing you back up to fitness and getting you the scans.
Yeah, absolutely. I again, this is what I was saying before about the club not being a Step 5 club. It's the first club I joined where we had a specific strength and conditioning coach in Givo, and he's been great. He's so clever. He says words that I don't even know what they mean, and he says like 7 of them in a row, and I'm like, what are you talking about? But he's patient, because I don't have a clue about this sort of stuff, so I need him to explain it to me like he's sending a baby, and he does. And he's constantly sending us programs, rehab programs, fitness programs. Giv's been unreal at getting me back to fitness and fit to play. And then Nath, he's a lovely bloke. He's very good at what he does. I think if you ever watch non-league Diaries, you'll see me on the massage bed before and during the game. I'm probably his number 1 customer. But
I think it's quite close between you, Ryan, and Steps.
Yeah, I put Sam up there now, because Sam gets a full body massage before the game now. But he deserves it.
Yeah.
When he scores goals like that, he deserves it. I mean, Nate's great. Yeah, he's always available, doesn't moan, and always gets me ready as well. So it's been great to have them both. People don't realise, but that sort of stuff plays a big part in a full season for players. One, it encourages players to come down because they know they'll be looked after.
Yeah.
But 2, in terms of recovery, you can't really beat it. Over a full season, over 2 full seasons, it's a big thing for the players.
And I guess coming into this season now, it was said that the goal was playoffs.
Yeah.
Behind closed doors, was the goal really just to win the whole thing? Because everyone thought that we'd struggle.
Yeah.
Were you guys quite confident, or you didn't want to, you didn't want to put things out there to say, yeah, we're going to win it all? Or was it actually like, we're just going to aim for playoffs and see what happens?
It's a tough one because we did make a lot of signings that we didn't know too much about. Unfortunately, players that have now left, but we didn't know too much about the players that we brought in. So I thought, as a squad coming up to step 4, we had a squad good enough to be in the playoffs. And then with the new signings, depending on how they went, we could push to win the league. But I think as players, you always set your target high. I think it was always for the players we wanted to win the league. And we knew that we were good enough to do that. So it was about executing that. And I think it was very important that we started the season well, because, as I said, momentum coming from being unbeaten for a full season in the league. If we started the season well, we just continue snowballing into the next season. So I thought if we started the season well, then we would be right up there. It came as a bit of a surprise in terms of Kingstonian. Throughout the transfer summer, they signed a lot of obviously Walton players, and then at that point when they'd done that, we thought, okay, these boys have, a lot of them anyway, have been promoted from this level before, so like they'll be up there with us. And look, I mean, I know we're 21 points clear now, but for a lot of the season they were hot on our heels. They've just sort of faded off towards the end now. But I think without them being so close to us throughout the whole of the start and middle of the season, we probably wouldn't have been as good as we have been with no one chasing them. So, look, credit to them that they have obviously fallen off a little bit now, but yeah, they pushed us. I didn't ever expect we'd be 21 points clear.
Yeah.
Nobody would have thought that. But yeah. Well, I think to answer your question, we as players wanted to win the league and thought we were close. We didn't expect it to do it like this.
Yeah. Didn't expect to only have lost 2 league games in 2 seasons, which is a crazy stat.
Yeah, it is a crazy stat. I don't really think about it like that too much. Don't think about stats of games won, games drawn, games lost. You sort of, my first thought process goes to how many points clear are we, rather than we've lost 2 games. So when you look back on that, it's a mad stat. I mean, you can over the 2 years you can look at so many stats that are crazy, like the goals we've scored, the goal difference, our win streak, our unbeaten streak. There's so many different things that we've done where you look at it and you go, it's crazy. It's weird because you're just sort of in the moment of playing football week in, week out, and sometimes you need to stop and take note of what you've done, and understand how surprising and how crazy the statistics are. But we don't look at that too much. We're here to win the league, and thankfully we've done it.
Yeah. And obviously winning it last week as well in that fashion. Shame it was on a Tuesday night, but
big shame, mate. I was obviously being a Tuesday night is rubbish. I was ill as well, so had a bit of celebrations after, but I mean no alcohol consumed or anything like that. Was tucked up in bed by midnight. So today's the day that the real celebrations happen, and then obviously we've got the trophy lift in 2 weeks as well, which will be great. But the celebrations, I think, are coming tonight. hopefully after a good game of football, like on Tuesday we had 500 plus fans there. For a Tuesday night, that's crazy. Hoping for a very good crowd today as well. So it's important that, you know, there's going to be a lot of new people come down to see us today and probably Tuesday. So we put on a show from on Tuesday. It's important we do the same today so that they want to come back. So focus on that first, but then I mean, after that it's all about celebrating the season with everyone. I think all the boys have got family coming down and friends and stuff. So yeah, it should be a lively one.
What's the kind of plan for the last month of the season? What we've got? How many games we've got left? 5, 6 games left.
Yeah. Enjoy every guard of honour we get.
Because last season it was the unbeaten streak.
Yeah.
Like you want to keep on going for that, whereas this one, we've lost a couple games.
Yeah. I mean, look, I think you've got to set targets. 100 points would be nice. I think we've got 8 points to drop in terms of that, so I'm pretty confident we'll do that. Goal difference is one. And to be honest with you, look, we've now earned the right to have 4-5 weeks of no pressure, enjoy football and enjoy winning games and enjoy scoring goals. We've done it for the season, but there's always been a pressure on us, and we've had pressure on us for 2 years, so maybe we did well with pressure. But it's 4 weeks of just enjoying football, and there'll be times that we can celebrate winning games, and just enjoy the next 4 weeks, to be honest with you, mate. If we don't get 100 points and don't get 100 goal difference, it's not the end of the world, but that's something we're chasing and something we'll push towards. But I don't think, apart from last year, I've never won the league with 4 weeks to go, so it's something new for me.
Yeah.
Enjoy it, why not? We've earned the right to enjoy it, so score as many goals as possible, I think.
And obviously you've played in Step 3 before.
Mm-hmm.
At Bracknell.
Yes.
How different is it to Step 4 in, quality-wise and professionalism?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Do you think you might struggle a little bit more, or?
In terms of the league, it's a better league. There's bigger clubs. The players are better. Everybody is fit, strong, good football players. And then you just throw the logistics of the league into it. The travel, like midweek you could have Dorchester away. So you're leaving at and that's not even a bad one. I mean, if you have Plymouth, you're leaving at, I had Plymouth on a Monday when I was at Bracknell, and you have to leave at 11 a.m. And you're not home till 5 a.m. So the travel of the league just becomes a real factor in everything that you do as well. It's definitely a tougher league. The quality steps up. It's a bigger jump from Step 4 to Step 3 than it is from Step 5 to Step 4. But at the same time, when I was with Bracknell had just won the league at Step 4, and we'd gone up, and we'd finished third. I want to say third, maybe second, but I can't remember now. I think second or third anyway. No, we finished second, sorry, because we had the playoff final at home. So we finished second. I think realistically Western had won the league, but we were only 2 points off them, I think, something like that, by the end of the season. And we lost out in the playoff final, so it's not unimaginable to be thinking that we can go up and create a real good run together and see where it takes us. In terms of how we can do and whether we'll struggle, I mean, it depends what the aim is for us next year. I think as a squad now, anything below mid-table would be bad.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of discussions to be had over the next couple of months, 3 months, of players staying, players leaving, players joining, and I'm sure our squad will look somewhat different by the end of the summer. So yeah, it all depends on what happens there, and yeah, how we go into the season, how the squad shapes up for the season.
And one thing I kind of skipped over a little bit was the media side of the club.
Yes. Yeah.
Now you're locked in the car with me. I'm going to question you about.
Absolutely. Just look at the numbers, Jack. That's what you need to do.
Yeah, well, what was your kind of, have you ever been in a club where they kind of stuck a camera in your face and filmed the games? Highlights.
Yeah, not at all. No, I didn't know what to expect. I was looking forward to it. I'd watched non-league Diaries before I came down because that had started before I joined. Obviously, when I spoke to Harry and everyone at the club, they gave me an idea of what would happen, but you never really sort of know it for sure until you're in it. But yeah, I mean, look, in terms of the media, I think it's great. I think it's great that any club does any media because it's only going to be positive. It's only going to attract fans, and as players, we love it. Who doesn't love watching yourself win the league back to back for 2 years with highlights cut out specifically, watching yourself score goals, etc. Everybody loves it as players. So it was a big part of the pool to come down, and yeah, I think in terms of non-league, there's not many that do it as well or as often and as committed as what we do it. You can maybe say Walton, but they don't have a documentary every week, and then maybe Dorking, but it's not even run by Dorking, so it's great. It's exactly what the fans want. You can see from the numbers of fans that we get through, even the loyal fans that we have that come week in, week out, they love watching it. It's great from a player's point of view, and for a club it's good exposure. And for Jack Bass, it pays for his holidays, so
yeah,
happy days.
Everyone's a winner.
Everyone's a winner, so yeah. Yeah, like, I commend the club for doing it. It's very good, and yeah, you boys put in a lot of work and effort for it, so well done to you boys as well.
Thank you.
It's alright.
The last couple of games, especially last game as well.
Yeah.
You've finally gotten back to scoring a few more goals as well.
Yeah, finally. Yeah, it's been some rookie numbers this year, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Should be more.
Saving yourself, are you?
Yeah, we'll see. Well, once the league's won, I might start scoring some more goals now. When the pressure's off, I might turn up.
Yeah, what's that kind of been like? Because it's also like a bigger squad. Obviously, you haven't been starting every game. You've had injuries as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think we're lucky in terms of the squad we have, and it's one of those things where I want to play every game, but when I am coming back from injury, I can't be playing 90 minutes a week. So the fact that we have such a good squad allows the rotation, and yeah, it's almost like a running joke in our squad that the people that start, actually, it's harder for them because they have 60 minutes of a team running around trying their absolute best, and then the subs come on fresh and they've just got 30 minutes to score as many goals as they want, basically. So yeah, if you watch it back, I think I'd love to know the stats, and I'm sure someone at the club will have them, but after we make 3 subs, I reckon we win 3-4-0 every week, every game, because the teams we're playing are just knackered. They've been running around for 60 minutes, and now they've got 3 unbelievable players who are fresh to deal with. So yeah, it's sometimes it's nice to be a sub, but sometimes. But no, I don't mean that. I hate being on the bench. It's rubbish. I want to play every game. I'm not going to, obviously, but I want to play every game, and the more games I can play, the better. And yeah, in terms of numbers, we'll see where we end up at the end of the season. But I think in terms of the minutes I've played this year, annoyingly, they haven't been as much as I want. So I'm hoping, and again, the stats will be there, that the the ratio of like minutes to goals and assists, etc., isn't too bad, but definitely in terms of overall numbers, I want to play more minutes, score more goals, and get more assists. That's always the target.
Good target to have.
Yeah.
Another thing that I kind of forgot to touch on
Yeah.
was the formation.
Yeah, go on. You want my thoughts on it?
Well, there was always a... John always said to me that the formation wouldn't work unless we had quality players in the middle,
Yeah.
such as yourself, Cooksley, and the other
Sam.
boys, Sam,
Yeah,
the other boys
Geordie,
we brought
all of
in.
them. Yeah.
What was that like? Because you didn't play that formation at Bedfont, did you?
No. I've never played this formation until Jono sprang it on us one pre-season friendly, and then it was stuck after that. What do I think of it? I think on the ball, I love it. You generally have more men in the middle, so more options. For someone like myself, playing in a 10, it is a dream because you have width of the full-backs, you have 2 strikers to play off and another 10 and 2 midfielders to play off, and there's so many options when you get the ball. It's great, and it's worked really, really well. We've got the players to do it. So yeah, I mean, look, in terms of formation, it's a weird one when you first start playing it, but once you get the hang of it, I think we play it really, really well now, and teams know we play it. They watch our highlights, no doubt, and prepare for it. And the good thing about it is it can be very flexible, and teams can't seem to deal with it. So yeah, I love it. There's a few things we need to figure out a little bit of, and especially the higher up the leagues you go, teams will become better at it in terms of off the ball. It becomes hard when teams have a lot of the ball and they're switching it.
Yeah.
Which, every formation is hard when you play against a good side on the ball. So there's definitely a few small tweaks maybe, but look, what was the stat you brought out earlier? We've lost 2 games in the league in 2 years. It's got to be something good with the formation, right?
Yeah. Something's working.
Something's working, yeah. So yeah, whether he sticks with it or not, I don't know. But I know Jono, and I know he likes to be unique in his approach. So maybe he'll throw something new at us again soon.
And last one, because we're getting up to the ground.
Yep.
How you are? Be very careful to get this right. You are 27, 28?
28, mate.
28.
Yeah. Ouch.
What's kind of, you've obviously got many, many years left, but what's kind
Do I?
of...
Thanks for that.
Oh, well,
Appreciate that,
I hope you do.
Yeah.
What's, next for you after football? Do you think you'll ever stop playing, or do you reckon you'll go into management maybe, or coaching, something like that?
Yeah,
or would
what
you just
question?
retire and...
No, I mean, I think football will always be some part of my life, especially non-league as well.
Yeah.
I just think there's so many good, nice people in and around non-league that, you'd be silly not to be involved in it somehow. I think it all depends, as you said. If I've got many, many years left in me, then I'd probably take a couple of years out, depending on what's going on in my life at that point, before doing anything more. If I decide that I've done everything I can in non-league and finish up a bit earlier, then I'd be more inclined to stay within it straight away. But you know what, mate, it all depends on what happens in my life outside of football by the time I'm having to make that decision. But yeah, I don't think I'd ever be too far away from football and non-league, mate. Coaching, probably not, to be honest with you. Maybe helping out a little bit here and there, but I don't think I'd do it full time. And then managing, we'll have to wait and see. I don't think so either, but people change as they get older, so I might move into it and enjoy it a bit more then.
So we can't expect to see anytime soon the Joe Jackson, Darryl Sanders manager career.
No, I don't think
I think
so,
you two
mate.
would be great.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I
Fair
reckon
enough.
you'd be great.
Who would be the manager?
Joe.
Yeah, thank God.
Yeah.
Thank God you said that.
Would be
It's
the,
not me.
oh, that's cool.
Oh, hello. Love that.
Shame you didn't make the sign.
Yeah, what's that all about? I'll be tearing that down later. Yeah, we'll see, mate. Joe's very adamant that he's not doing it, so
Yeah.
we'll see. But I don't believe him either because he's got that managerial-esque nature to him.
Yeah, and he just has so much
Love for football.
yeah.
Yeah.
He loves it, and he's so knowledgeable about it.
Very true, mate. Yeah. So yeah, maybe when we are older, we can bring the band back together and get a little
A steep pole position.
a little dual manager position going.
Yeah.
Maybe when Jono and Jim finally hang up their Farnham Town managerial caps, me and Joe can take over.
Oh, content. So much content.
Perfect.
Cool. I'm trying to think if I've missed anything. Thank you.
No
Do
worries.
you reckon I've missed anything else? Anything you wanted to talk about specifically?
Nah, you're all good, mate.
Cool. Thank
Perfect. Cheers, mate. Thanks for the journey.
you. No worries. Sorry it took so long.
That's all right. I don't even know where we went, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I was just kind of driving.